Season 3 has brought us some miracles because Mark Fairhurst, our perfect director of football, had started to make some signings for himself. Yes, you can see here on this date, whenever this is, he has made an offer for 2 players in the space of 2 minutes. It's unbelievable. The first one was Lorenzo LUCCA. The second one is Arsene Zakarian. Only one of those deals was actually completed though. Lorenzo LUCCA joined us. He is now at the club. I didn't have to go down the route of asking him to suggest a player because, to be honest, I never would have gone for a striker. I'm just more than happy that he's doing it by himself. We all know how good Lorenzo LUCCA can be. £11.75 million after he scored 22 goals in 36 games last season, but Pisa are still in Serie B, so he wanted to leave. It's time to leave, and Lorenzo LUCCA has joined us here at Villarreal in Spain. Not bad at all. So that is, we're at the 8th of July now. We still have about £8 million left in the budget, and we've actually started to make headways in this transfer window with that Lorenzo LUCCA signing. Now, on the outs, of course, we didn't have a lot from the end of last season. As we transition over to this season, we might start to see some more going out, which means it leaves more room for obviously to bring in now that Mark has decided he actually wants to make some signings. Well, now that Mark knows how to actually make signings, he's on a bit of a roll because only a few days later here in July, Zinho Vandhausen from Inter Milan, a centre-back, we've made an offer for £7.5 million. We are in the midst of making this deal. 23-year-old Belgium centre-back. Very good centre-back, to be fair. Very well-rounded as well. You can play like wide centre-back really well, which if we ever decide to go to a 3-at-the-back formation, would be really good. But he's a great ball player. A fantastic defender. I'm just over the moon that he's making his own signings. It's great to see. So we're here at the 2nd of September. We've gone a little bit further forward because all the signings have been made throughout the summer. Zinho Vandhausen has joined, as well as Matthias Miranda. Very good signing, to be honest, because of course we're playing those 3 in behind the striker. We need to make sure we got strength and depth in there. And Matthias brings us that. I mean, he doesn't have some of the best player traits that I would like for that role. I mean, looks to pass rather than attempt to score is decent, but dictates tempo from that high at the pitch. I'm not sure how well that works, but comes deep to get bought again. Not my favourite player trait for a shadow striker role. However, attributes are fantastic, and the price that we paid of only £3.1 million, we had room for him as well in regards to the non-EU. We allowed 4 spots. He takes up 1 of them, and he's already scored 2 goals and got an assist and a player of the match in just 2 games. Yeah. He started off very well, hasn't he? This video is sponsored by SPITCH, by the way. Yes, SPITCH are the brand new to the market fantasy footballing app that you can download on your phones for free. And yet, you can still win prize money, and you can now win prizes within the next few game weeks. Yes, that's right. Within the next 3 game weeks, if you book a pitch in SPITCH, in the Premier League, you get a chance of winning some fantastic prizes if you finish within the top 10. If you finish in the top 20 across the whole 3 seasons, then there's even more prizes to be won. So if you're really good at this, like me, because in the Community League, I tend to be winning, then you could potentially win prizes every single week. And when you reach the top 20, well, you know, you're just laughing at all the prizes that you could be winning. You get a chance to win some Premier League jerseys, an Apple Watch, some Beats headphones, and even a package holiday if you'd like to do so. So remember to check out the link down below. It is free to sign up, but you have to be 18 or over. Send a little snapshot of your identification to verify your account, and unfortunately, you can only do it from the UK or Ireland. But all the statistical analysis is on the app, so you don't have to leave the app to come back. And like I mentioned before, we've got a community league should you wish to join and compete against me or Dad. Check out those 2 links down below at the top of the description. Thank you very much once again for SPITCH to sponsoring today's video. On the outs then that we've seen go out this summer, we have Ivan Martin Manu Trigueros as well, has finally left the club, as well as Etienne Capoue has gone on a free transfer. So bringing in these 3 players here, in Lorenzo LUCCA, in Zinho, and in Matthias Miranda. I don't think he signed anybody else. He didn't, because that was last season. I think he's actually really improved our squad this season. I really do. I'm excited to see how we do, whether we can break into the top 4 and stay there going throughout. And this has meant that I've decided to change the tactic ever so slightly. Now that we have Lorenzo LUCCA playing up top, we might as well use a target forward, because that's obviously something that you have to do when you've got a 6'7" with a 17 jump and reach player with 17 heading. He's going to be target forward, which means he stays in the box where we need him to. Also on set pieces, we're now, of course, going to be aiming for him at that near post. It just makes sense to do so. If we didn't, we would be utterly idiotic. That is exactly what we would be. Utterly idiotic. It's not even really a saying, is it? We have only played 2 games this season. I don't know why. That obviously we only played 2 games before the transfer window has closed, but we started off fantastically with a 4-0 victory. Lorenzo Lucca getting on the score sheet, as well as Miranda. That's where he got his player of the match. And of course, we go to Real Madrid because we seem to always play one of the best teams at the very start, and we lose 5-3. It's a very good start to the season though, when you consider we are playing Real Madrid away and we scored 3 away goals. We're just unfortunate to concede 5, and we do have a bit of a tricky run in September with 3, maybe even 4 if you count Betis, of the best in the league in that one season. In the Europa League as well, we have been given Dynamo Kiev, Marseille and Legia Warsaw in our group. That's absolutely fine. We should go through that group, and yeah, I'm optimistic with how we're going to play out in this season. If we take a look at the season preview, we find ourselves again in 6th place where we have been finishing recently. Team-wise assistant report, this is what he is suggesting is our best team. We've got players like Baena coming into the lineup now. Chuck Woozy and Danjuma, of course, being that they are wingers, we're trying to train them in the shadow striker role. Whether that will help throughout the season is left to be desired, but we are giving it our best shot. If you take a look at Danjuma here, I think he would make a very good shadow striker. And if we take a look at the training, here we are, shadow striker in the key in behind the striker is where we need him to grow and develop. Right, so with that being said, sat in 9th place only after 2 games. Let's simulate up until the end of the January transfer window and see how this season is going to fare for us. Right, we're at the 2nd of February. 3rd. Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, we are some way off top, 13 points in fact, and 10 points off 2nd place Barcelona, Real Madrid and Barcelona there at the top. And we have been on a disappointing run in the league, only 1 win in the last 5. That was against Real Sporting, which was a 6-0 victory. We've also drew there against both Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, but lost to Cadiz, who are sat in 17th. I don't know. I don't know how we managed to do weird and wacky results like that. But the main thing is that we're fighting now for that top 4, alongside Real Sociedad, Valencia, Sevilla. Atletico Madrid, of course, they're quite far down in 35 points there, 8 points adrift from us, and they've been on a good run as well recently. The only points that they dropped was against us. So yeah, competitions-wise then, we had topped our group in the Europa League, only losing 1 game to Marseille when we played the away leg, who finished in 2nd place. 5 victories there. A good 4-1, 4-0 against Kiev, 3-0 at home to Marseille, and 2-0 and 3-0 to Legia Warsaw. A recent great victory come up against Bilbao, where Lorenzo Lucca did manage to bag himself a hat-trick, and there is no shocks that one of them was from a corner kick. The second was fantastic pressing from Yeremy Pino to find the big man at the near post to slot it in, and the third one was from the penalty spot. But what we have managed to accumulate here is a 4-0 victory against the Bilbao team. One of the best teams, I would say, at the start of... What a goal that is, by the way, by Conrad Lima. Playing at right back, by the way. Incredible. Lorenzo Lucca, very good on penalties. Slots it in. We're going to take a look at how he has been doing this season, but it just goes to highlight how well we have managed to progress throughout this 3 seasons that we have played so far. We're incredibly good. Lorenzo Lucca has 24 goals and 4 assists in 30 appearances so far. Even Ivan Nielsen has... I've gone for Ivan Nielsen there. I probably should have chose a different name because you're going to think I said his name twice. So good, they named Ivan Nielsen twice. No, I tried saying Ivan Nielsen, but yeah, we'll move on. He scored 12 goals in 32 appearances with 9 assists, but Yeremy Pino there with the most assists, the only player in double figures for assists with 13. He's also been playing very well. I think he has the highest average rating throughout the whole club. What a player. I mentioned how he does want a new contract. It does look like we have signed one this season. Yeah, so at the start of the campaign, he did sign a new season on the 1st of June there. 64 grand a week, becoming a star player for another 4 seasons. So 5-year deal in total. That's fantastic. We've seen he was unhappy and wanted a new contract. In fact, he still does now. He wants another new contract because he's playing really well. It's kind of greedy, but you can't say he doesn't deserve it. So with a quarter-final match match in the Cup against Espanyol. We don't know who we're going to play in Europa League yet, and sat very precarious in third place there after 22 games in La Liga. No other transfers have been made, or they've got a couple of players leaving at the end of contracts, but no big transfers throughout January because of the money that we had already spent in the summer. It's time to simulate this third season and see where we finish. Well, for the first time in the series, we finish in the top 3. That's exactly where we want to be after 3 seasons, to be honest. Obviously, we'd like to be a little bit more closer to the top, 20 points off of Barcelona, who very much run away with it by 11 points. But we're there in the top 3, which means we guarantee ourselves Champions League group stage football next season. Lorenzo LUCCA is only beaten by Kylian Mbappe to the golden boot in the league. He got 32. We only got 29 there with Lorenzo. But Yeremy Pino and Ivan Nielsen top the top charts of assists in the top 3 there. Pino with 17, only one behind Philip Coutinho. That's not bad at all. But I'll tell you what's even better is somehow we won not only the Copa del Rey, but the Europa League. Come on, let's go. So we are double champions, and we have doubled the amount of times we have won each trophy in just 1 season. Let's first take a look at the Copa del Rey. We beat Almeria in the final. What? How have we managed to do that? But we're going to take a look at the goals anyway and see how that played out. An XG of 3.5. It looks like we pretty much dominated the game. No surprises as well. Some of the goal scorers that you're going to see on this. Parejo there, slotting it through for Lorenzo LUCCA. What a pass that was. A very sexy finish. This was like yellow and red card central. There are so many. We even got ourselves a red card. Alex Baena plays it through to Yeremy Pino. Their goalkeeper is very slow coming off the bench. It must be said. He's very slow coming off the line even, not the bench. He would be even slower. We'd probably score more if he come off the bench. But Almeria did pull one back quite late on, 62nd minute, to make it 2-1. We finished the game off though. Parejo with a free kick at the back post. Zinho with the finish, the Belgian centre-back who of course we signed in the summer. But the most shocking thing I think about this season is not the fact that we won the domestic double, it's the fact that we beat Young Boys in the final of the Europa League to do so. Time and time again you see one of the big boys from European Champions League pop down into the Europa League and dominate, and we obviously managed to get quite a favourable run, unless of course we knocked them out on the way. But we're going to see some goals here are absolutely beautiful that we have been scoring against. Again, so many yellows and red cards in this final. It is ridiculous. Pedraza, one of the guys who have picked up one of those yellows, pops it in there. Lorenzo LUCCA. He just doesn't miss headers. He's 6'7". It's almost impossible to mark him. Zisika had a 5.9. He had a terrible time against him. But we did score 4 goals. Yeremy Pino, Danny Parejo, Miranda and Lorenzo LUCCA all on the score sheet to lift the Europa League for the 2nd time. Very good indeed. So taking a look at our run into the final, we did knock out some European big boys. Final, across the 2 legs, we defeated them 8-0. Lorenzo LUCCA with a hat-trick at Rotterdam as well in a 5-0 victory. 3-0 when we beat them at home. That's great. We went to the Emirates and lost 1-0. But no, we're not out of it, because when they came to us, we defeated them 2-0. Lorenzo LUCCA with an 89th minute winner. When we faced Tottenham though, our trip back to North London, we won 2-0. We're not messing around now, because we also beat them 2-0 in the home leg. Ivan Nielsen with a brace, and that obviously led us to the final against Young Boys, who've done very well to get them there. And in the Copa del Rey, we actually knocked out both Madrid teams, including Real Madrid in the semi-final across 2 legs, where we actually won both legs. We beat them 3-2 at their place at the Santiago Bernabeu, and a 1-0 victory, Yeremy Pino, when they came to us, and we defeated them on to Almeria in the final with that 3-1 victory. So with 46 goals this season, Lorenzo LUCCA has obviously been our star man, alongside Yeremy Pino with 22 assists and 14 goals. 24 goals though for Ivan Nielsen with 16 assists is nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever. And 11 and 11 from Alex Baena, a player that we didn't really use a lot last season, who's developed very well, it must be said. You can take a look at his attributes there. He's turning out to be an incredible player. 22 years of age now, a starting player for Villarreal and worth a lot of money, 46 to 50 million pound. So there we have it then. That is the 3rd season done and dusted. Remember, we have the 4th episode in season number 4 coming out tomorrow as a special because of the new series starting next week. After that, we'll drop down to 3, and the following week will be 3. So we do 10 seasons in total here with Villarreal. I hope you've been enjoying this series as much as I have. Now that the Perfect Director of Football has been tuning up and actually turning up, then we can actually start really enjoying this save like we used to. Remember to check out SPITCH down below in the description. My community league is underneath there as well. And of course, a second channel. We're uploading different videos on there, including different games like the WWE 2K. We're using my GM mode in case you're interested. Thank you very much for watching. Smash a like if you can. And I'll see you on the next one tomorrow. Bye-bye.